Hello guys and welcome for another video. For this week's breakdown video, we're gonna look at how bodybuilders could potentially borrow some aspects of CrossFit to use inside their own sport to trigger hypertrophy. So let's jump into this breakdown video. So what we want with this movement is a violent hip extension accompanied by a upward pull. So a lot of bodybuilders use eccentrics to trigger hypertrophy. And eccentrics are basically the lowering phase of an exercise, or the lengthening phase of the exercise. We talked about this in the video about how to read a tempo. So if you did not watch that, go check it out. But this phase has been shown to be really beneficial for muscle building / strength adaptations. So it's a great tool to have in your toolbox. However, it could be really difficult to use this tool because you always need someone or something to pull the bar into the shortening phase. So the way to do eccentric training is to overload the eccentric phase, or to make the requirement of force in the lengthening phase greater than the shortening phase. So you want someone to pull the bar up or to push you up, and that you go down by yourself. Studies have shown that you are stronger in the negative or the eccentric phase than in the concentric phase. Think about this when you do a back squat. You are able to go down in the back squat, but sometimes you're not able to go back up again if the weight is too high. Or if you look at this with a pull-up or with a push-up, for instance, when we go down in the push-up, we are able to go down and to maintain a neutral position, but a lot of individuals are not able to go back up again. So we can think about this, that we are stronger in the negative phase than the concentric phase. So you could use this to change things up inside your training program. A lot of bodybuilders or fitness people are aware of this. Not all CrossFitters are aware of this. So this could be pretty new. So you see a lot of bodybuilders that assist an individual when they go up, and they slowly go down by themselves and have more weight on the bar than they could actually handle when they would do just normal bicep curls for now. So they are aware of the fact that the eccentric phase has a lot of potential for hypertrophy. In this video, we're going to look at some exercises that we do inside of CrossFit and that you could potentially transfer into bodybuilding and have the same effect. So not everybody trains with a buddy. Some individuals go into the gym with their headphone on and they just want to train solo. If you're one of those guys, you could try the next few things. Number 1, kipping pull-ups. All right, let me explain. So the kipping pull-up is the pull-up that gets bashed a lot because it uses the entire body to get the chin over the bar, and a lot of individuals say that you cheated the rep. Of course, there's less activity inside the upper body, the lats and the biceps, and there's more activity in the lower body, and you cheat a lot using momentum. We are aware of the fact. But what you can try to do with kipping pull-ups is to overload the eccentric phase. So we go up with a swing with the chin over the bar, and then we slowly go down again into extension and go back up again with the chin over the bar. What you could do with this is grab extra weight or grab a weight vest and overload the eccentric phase with the strict pull-up. So this is one really easy way to overload the eccentric phase inside the pull-up. Number 2, the push press, push jerk, split jerk. You could use those exercises to add more weight on the bar that you can handle with a normal strict press, and focus on the eccentric phase when you go down. So we would have the bar on the shoulders, you would go up using the legs, go underneath the bar, extend all the way up, and we slowly go down with a weight that we would not be able to do during a normal military press. So again, we're overloading the eccentric phase. We're doing more weight than we would normally be able to handle during the concentric phase with a military press. And now we're doing the negative part with a heavier weight, slowly go down and overloading the eccentric phase again. Number 3, the kipping handstand push-up. Again, we're going back to the kipping movement. I hope by now you're a little less skeptical about this movement. Again, I don't promote the kipping pull-up for everybody. It has some risks to it, to potential injuries, but if you have mobile, stable shoulders and your motor control is on a proper level, you should be fine. So now, with a kipping handstand push-up, what we can do is we can jump up out of the bottom of the handstand push-up and we can slowly go down into a negative handstand push-up. This way again, we overload the eccentric phase inside the handstand push-up and we jump up out of the bottom position. So we cheat the shortening phase of the exercise and we overload or emphasize more on the negative part of the handstand push-up. One more option would be hang cleans. So what we could do with hang cleans is get the bar on the hips, explode up, get it into the front rack position, and then from this position we slowly go down into a reversed bicep curl with again more weight on the bar that we would be able to handle when we do the concentric phase and the eccentric phase all by ourselves. So again, we would go up into a hang clean, get the elbows nice and tucked in, and slowly go down into a reverse bicep curl, then go back up again and slowly go down into a eccentric bicep curl. So these are all 4 ways that you could easily implement eccentrics inside your training. So I hope by now that individuals see that it's just not one way or another. We could learn a lot from both sports, and both sports have their shortcomings. So I'm a CrossFitter, I do CrossFit, but I am aware of the fact that the sport itself has its shortcomings and that it misses a few things. The only thing we can do is to learn from each other and to implement it back into the sport so that we can grow entirely with each other. So that's it for this week's breakdown video. I hope to see you next time with another video. Until then, peace.